For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Chris Richardson Show. Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, you guys clinched the number 10 seed in the MEC tournament field. Talk about this last week and kind of what this run-up to the tournament's been like.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about all year. You want to be playing your best going into March, and we didn't get a win last week, so it's hard to say we're playing our best, but we are getting better. We were way better than we were a month ago. We were better then than we were a month before that. So now it's tournament time, and this wasn't our goal to simply back into the tournament as the number 10 seed. Our goal is to win the Mountain East Conference Championship, and now we have an opportunity to do that. So doesn't matter how you get there at this point. It's all about the opportunity you have in front of you and making the most of it.
And last time out, another competitive game with your rival, West Liberty. Talk about that atmosphere and what it was like to kind of go up there and compete the way you did.
It was a great college basketball game, tremendous atmosphere. I think, Zach, this year, both home and away, it's been the best in terms of atmosphere, game environment, attendance, all that in the Mountain East that I've seen in my 3 years here at Wheeling, and even better than it was back in the old league, years back when I was an assistant at a couple other schools. So great atmosphere, great game. Credit to West Liberty. They played terrific. They adjusted to some things that we did that gave them some trouble, and we were not able to finish as many possessions both on the glass and at the basket as we needed to win the game. So credit to them. They made the winning plays down the stretch. We did not. But we did a lot of good things. So plenty to build on from that one. And if we see them again, we'll have to adjust to how they adjusted to us. But got to move past that one and get ready for Glenville this week.
And one of the guys I wanted to touch on from this past week was Marcus Johnson. Had a huge game against AV with 32 points, followed up with another big game against West Liberty. Talk about his under-basket presence and kind of what he brings to you guys.
Yeah, I thought early in the year Marcus was he wasn't settling just for jumpers, but he was taking a lot of jump shots, and we needed to get him going a little bit at the basket. And to his credit, he's done a really, really good job the second half of the season of just taking what the defense has given him. He's such a weapon. He can pass, he can handle the ball, he can shoot from three, but he can also score inside with either hand, and he can get the free throw line. So he can do about everything, especially in the offensive end. And he's done a good job of taking what teams give him, and our players are the rest of our team has done a good job of playing out of that. So. He played phenomenal at AB, and then he had another good game against West Liberty. But we need him and everybody else to be at their best this week.
And we've mentioned a couple of times this year, you guys are a younger team. Getting to play at West Banco and getting to compete in this tournament, how is that going to help them from a standpoint of the big stage and the big competition?
It's just important to keep playing. You want to be playing in March. Everybody in this game in college basketball wants to have an opportunity to do something in March. And like I said, what's happened up to this point, it matters from a growth standpoint, but it doesn't, because now we're headed into March and have an opportunity in front of us. So it's great for our young guys to get that experience, but hopefully they get a lot of experience this week. That means we're winning some games down there. So, this opening round game is, some people say, would you rather rest an extra couple days and play on Friday? Would you rather play? Personally, I think players would rather play. They're resilient. Everybody's tired. Everybody's banged up at this point of the season. Let's go play and see what happens and see if we can't play our best.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, with this tournament, how do you keep your guys focused one game at a time as opposed to looking at the full picture of what could happen?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be too difficult. This group's done a good job of just staying in the moment all year, not letting what's happened before or what could potentially happen after affect them. So one game at a time, because that's all you're guaranteed. And I think our seniors will take care of a lot of that. Most important thing today is that we have a good day of film and shooting, and have a good practice tomorrow, and just put our best foot forward from a preparation standpoint. And I think our guys have gotten used to doing that and embraced that, and know that we got to continue to do that to continue to keep playing.
And for you guys, kind of a rematch of last year's first round game against Glenville State. Talk about this year's matchup and kind of entering this game and how you're game planning.
Yeah, a little different. They're playing a little different than they did. We're playing a little different than we did. And there's obviously a lot of different players on both sides. But Glenville's always a tough out. They're a tough matchup for everybody because of how many guys they have that can handle the ball and shoot the ball. They've had a really good season. Justin has done a great job with them and his staff. They've done a great job with their team, and they're going to be ready to go. I don't know. I mean, they've got almost a whole new team. We've got a lot of new pieces, so I don't know that last year's game really matters a whole lot to either team. It's just kind of ironic that that's who you play. But here we are, and we know at this point, once you get into the tournament, you're going to be playing great teams every night. And so For us, that starts with Glenville State. We got to focus on them and see what we can get done on Wednesday.
And finally, talk about some of the things you're going to be focusing on here in the next couple of days of practice as you try to go all the way in the tournament.
Taking care of the ball, making sure we're efficient on the offensive end, continuing to get better on the defensive end, especially with our talk. The more you talk, the harder you play, the quicker you can get to spots. And then we got to rebound. That's how they got us at our place. They beat us up on the glass. They made some shots, but they really beat us up on the glass. So we got to rebound, limit them to one shot, make sure that we're influencing the types of shots that they get. And then on the offensive end, continue to share the ball, continue to move the ball, and get good looks, get great looks, get efficient looks, and hopefully get to the free throw line and knock some of those down as well. You never want to go into a game saying, hey, if we don't make like 10 threes and we don't have a chance. So one thing that this team's been really good about is when we're shooting the ball well, we've played well. But games where we haven't shot the ball well, we've still done what we need to do to be in the game late. And so, hopefully we can kind of put it all together this week. Can't think of a better week to do it.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck in the tournament this week. Can't wait to see you over at West Banco.
Appreciate it, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.